I'm going to assume that was my son calling. But I did just message him and let him know that I was going to do my live. So maybe now that he knows, we'll be good. So good morning. It's Monday. The first real Monday in, you see, my dog got my glasses. Oh my God. The first Monday in December, right? We're finally into the December month, quickly approaching Christmas. It's coming so fast. Today is my birthday eve, the eve of my birthday. Normally when I grew up, because being a December baby meant that you didn't really, we were poor and there were a lot of birthdays where I didn't really get a lot. And so birthdays were always just a sore spot for me, growing up, because being born being in a family that doesn't have a lot of money creates its own challenges. But when you are born in December in a family that doesn't have a lot of money, that just changes everything. I remember a birthday when I was like 9, and I got a birthday card that had a clock face, and in each of the spaces of the face of the clock was a dime. So I got $1.20. And I got a Barbie doll that was not like a Barbie doll, so like a dollar store Barbie doll, and a homemade cake. And that was my birthday. And so normally, like as an adult, I decided, hey, I'm gonna have my birthday week. Hi, Chris Frawley. And good morning. I feel like Alexandria, but then it could be Jess, and it could be Amarpreet, because those are my sunflower ladies. So birthdays always have that, like that push-pull dynamic for me, of where, like you want to celebrate your birthday. Hi, Alexandria. But at the same time, I have a lot of those memories of having not the greatest birthdays. So then what did I do? I went and had my children in the same months that my mom did. So hi, Joanne. I had we got a person for the list already. It started. Let's get our new list going for December 5th. Perfect. I'll put you on the list, Alexandria. Yes. So, hello, Tanya. I like it. Very nice. So today's my birthday eve. Normally I would do I would say, like, I have a birthday week, because when I became an adult, I was like, I'm going to celebrate myself for a whole week to make up for all the crappy birthdays that I had. It didn't really fly. People were never too keen on, like, I'm going to celebrate you for a whole week. They never wanted to let that happen. But in my mind, I would just, this is my birthday month. And then I'd be, this is my birthday week. So anyway, all I do know is tomorrow I become another year wiser. So let's get the show started. We'll go through the collective reading of the cards that I pulled for today, and then we'll open the floor for all of the individual card pulls. And if you want a card pull, just give me your name and let me know that you'd want one. And if you also, at the time when it's time for your card, if you just give me an idea if there's a specific area that you're looking for the clarity in, and then I'll target the message towards that specific area. Okay, so I'm going to talk about them in the order that I pulled the cards, because I did them in a little bit of a different order. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, I actually pulled from the Shaman's deck first, and it was Clarity and Organization, a tidy house. So let's see what we're being instructed to do about this tidy house. So clarity and organization, a thorough inventory, an auspicious symbol. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly and you can't seem to get clear, it's time to see how your environment is affecting you. And it's true, we don't give enough weight to our environment. If you're holding on to things from like exes or from previous like bad situations, that's bad energy that you're holding on to. And for those of you that are on TikTok, if you can tap the screen, that gives likes to the video, which actually expands the reach. So it gets it in front of a bigger audience. And I'd really appreciate that. Now I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Stay wild, Moonchild. Stay wild. I'm going to tap the screen. Let's see how that's done. There we go. Poof, 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 poof. We got up a few likes. Okay. So although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in your outer world, the reverse is also true. You can be influenced by the people who populate your daily life and the energy of the objects you surround yourself with. Basically, everything in your surroundings. Now is the time for an inventory and a full clearing of your environment, which is interesting because I just saw a video this morning of a friend who had done that. And he's like, I'm going to be real open and honest here. And I'm going to show like where I live. And he shows this beautiful complex and like apartment complex or condos. And, you know, across the way is the beautiful beach. He lives in Australia. So he shows all of this. And then he's like, and now I'm going to get real personal and I'm going to show something that, you know, like people don't like to show like the ugly or the messy spot. And he went and he opened up his garage, which, you know, was just stuffed full of stuff. And he's like, you know, and I have to clean this out. Like this is not what the purpose of this was for, but we've been carting this stuff around. So he went through a whole cleaning thing. So it's, you know, he was apparently a day earlier. He was a day earlier than what my card was suggesting. So basically everything in your surrounding, the energy, because we're energy and everything else is energy, the energy of things will affect us. So if you have, and I'm thinking as they're saying this, I should show you my my desk. Like I have books everywhere, I have cards everywhere, I have crystals, I have, you know, just I have stuff everywhere. There's like it needs to get organized, that's for sure. So now's the time for an inventory and a full clearing of your environment. Ask for clarity from your relationships and do not make assumptions at this time. Clear and unambiguous communication is key. We spend a lot of time expecting people in our lives to be fortune, like mind readers. Why can't you just know that I'm upset? How can you not see it? Like it's obvious. It's obvious to everybody that I'm upset. Why does he not see it? Or, you know, obviously that's what I would want for Christmas, or obviously that's what I wanted for a gift, or obviously this is how I would have liked to, you know, I would have liked to have been taken out on a date. Obviously I would have, you know, we think that people know what's going on inside our minds so much easier, but nobody can read your mind and nobody can fortune tell or predict in what's going to happen, right? Broke my nail. So just be clear with your communication. You may choose to let go of some people from your life when this shows up. So maybe when you're clearing your environment, you'll realize that the energy that somebody else is bringing into your world is really heavy, or it feels really wrong, or they just are a toxic person. This is a card that's saying tidy that up. Like you don't have to have that in your life. So this is a good thing. Otherwise, you might stay in these relationships for too long out of a sense of obligation and social courtesy, when in truth, there is nothing holding you together. Be impeccable with your word, say what you mean, and be willing to make whatever changes are necessary to clean up your side of the street. If you know you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. That said, right now, once you're sure your proverbial house is a tidy one, there is a release of energy to begin new things, to enjoy life, and to know with certainty that you're on the right path. And this is a great time for release. We're 2 days away from the full moon, which means that it's getting into that more full. Tomorrow's the gibbous moon, so it's just about ready to burst on December 6th. And then on 7th, it's the full moon. So the full moon is the perfect time to be releasing things. So that's our message from this one, is clean up our house, clean up our proverbial indoor house, clean up, you know, our inner workings, and then look at and review the relationships and clear that up. So the next card that I pulled was from the Astro Codes deck, and it was the Sagittarius card. So let's see what Sagittarius is telling us to do, and we'll try to see what we can do to tie all 4 of these cards that I've pulled together. So Sagittarius asks us to think big, travel far, and use our restlessness and curiosity to create. A mutable fire sign, Sagittarius's symbol is that of the centaur, half human, half horse, which epitomizes the connection between humans and the natural wild world. Sagittarius, ruled by expansive Jupiter, rules the thighs, the muscles that propel our movement. The sun shines in Sagittarius November 22nd to December 21st. And November 23rd, we ushered in Sagittarius season with the Sagittarius new moon. That's how each month starts, with the new moon showing up in that sign. So Sagittarius has 2 imperatives. Expand your perspective and humbly speak your truth. So let your perspective become versatile, flexible, and curious. Travel in the body or in the mind and explore a larger philosophical environment or metaphysical context for this situation. Imagine you're on a mountaintop looking down at your life from 1,000 feet up. Now take it further, like the astronauts looking down on our spinning green and blue globe and see no borders between countries. You are a global citizen. Change your life to reflect this reality. Speak your truth. Remember the fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes? A pair of con artists arrived at an emperor's court claiming to make beautiful garments. They say their creations are only visible to people of quality. Incompetent people can't see the clothes. No one in the emperor's court wants to admit they can't see the supposedly intricate garments, and the emperor wears his new clothes on parade. Only one honest Sagittarian-style boy speaks up with rancor and states the obvious. The emperor is naked, and breaks the spell. Ask what spell you need to break and speak up. So the challenge of Sagittarius is just because you see it doesn't mean you have to say it. And as a Sagittarius, I can say sometimes we're a very blunt sign, or sometimes, we just need to pause a moment and think about, is this, and if you use the acronym THINK, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it is it based in integrity? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Right? So if you look at that through that window before saying it, it can really, make a difference in your life. Be honest. So timing and pacing are everything. Be honest, not mean. Ask if what you're about to say is wise, kind, and necessary, as well as true. Just what I just said. And watch out for the geographical cure, the belief that travel will solve problems, because wherever you go, there you are. And I always love that one, right? I used to be the one that when I'd have problems in my life, I wanted to run away and just start new and afresh. But the problem is I'd be taking myself with me. So the gift is to honor all your relationships. Sagittarius reminds us that our spiritual path is connected to all our relationships. The two-footed, four-footed, many-legged, winged, scaled, and finned, they are all connected to us. So think about your animal counterparts. So there's that being honest and being honest. It was in both of these cards, being honest and kind and having those tough conversations within our relationships. So the next card that I pulled was, hello, Chris. The next card that I pulled was the Three of Wands. So just show that to everybody. So the Three of Wands, energy manifested, waiting for the results of your effort, the arrival of opportunities, finally understanding your ambitions, continuous improvement, and moving in the right direction and progress. You've been doing the work, Light Seer, planning, seeing, learning, watching for the signs that your dream is on the way, because they are everywhere. Take pride in the progress you've made, for your past efforts have created the momentum that you needed to get the ball rolling. Today, you're moving through energy you created in the past, and being here, ready and waiting, is a milestone that you should recognize as success. While there is still work to be done, know that you are headed in the right direction and that you will see your big waves coming in soon. When they arrive, you may not know exactly how to ride them, but you will be ready to learn. Look for that new relationship, the new client, or that new lucky break on the horizon, for the arrival is imminent. I am expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on the way. So that's a really good sign, right? So we're going to clean up our houses. We're going to eliminate people that are really negative sources of energy in our life. We're going to have those kind conversations, be honest, right? Both of these cards talked about that honest conversation. What we're looking for is coming to us, even new relationships, right? And how do we get new? Is by letting go of the old that's no longer serving us. So let's see what our wisdom of the oracle brought in to tie everything together. And it talks about the leg up. Okay, so number 34 is a leg up. So the message in this one is receiving help, delegating authority, and interdependence. So you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So the relationship message, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. You can't always be the person that's giving, and you can't always be the fixer, right? Sometimes we have to be receiving, right? Sometimes we need to acknowledge that we need help or that we could use some assistance in something. It's not, you don't always have to go it alone. But a lot of times out of toxicity or out of, trauma response, we get into that of thinking we have to go it alone because we were either ridiculed when we asked for help, made to feel stupid or whatever, made fun of, or the help just wasn't there. It wasn't reliable. It wasn't consistent. So we became really good at just relying on ourselves. Why would we rely on people that can't even care for us or take care of our basic needs, right? We might as well we're lone wolves, right? We become lone wolves in that way. So this is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. And that was another statement that we had within the tidy house, right? We can't expect other people to read our minds. Ask and it is given. We want to be really clear with our communication. And in prosperity, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go. And that could be even in the sense of, this card talked about having, a mentor, right? Finding someone to align with. We're looking at, with Sagittarius, there's always that education, spirituality, travel are big ticket items with Sagittarius, right? If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it by yourself anymore. Time to bring on those that can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available. Let's see, we're going through cleaning our environment, right? If that's what we're doing, is we're looking at this tidying our house and we're actually tidying our physical environment to remove stuff. Well, maybe it's time to calling on help and having someone help you actually go through that. Maybe you need help doing that. Hi, I do read science. I actually do. I have 9 years of post-secondary education to just, toot my own horn. I do have 9 years of someone put in YouTube, don't spread pseudoscience, read science. But I just don't think they understand, and that's okay. So trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So believe that the people that you need or the help that you need is there and it will show up for you, right? But don't be afraid to ask, and don't think that people can read our minds or, they can tell what we need without us expressing it. And just be, try to be as clear in your communication as possible with that. So it's not a bad message for today, right? It's, some instructions there about let's clean up our house, right? In our minds, our physical space, all of that. Get rid of that energy that doesn't serve us, right? Let go of the stuff that holds on to all that negative energy. So if you're sitting there constantly staring at a picture frame that your ex gave you, and every time you look at it, you think about, like some toxic aspect of the relationship, or even just long for the relationship that no longer exists, when you look at that, then that picture frame should be getting rid of, because that's just bringing that negative energy to you all the time, right? And we want to, look for mentors, look for teachers, right? Sagittarius, and even the leg up cards talking about looking for mentors or teachers. A mentor could be a guide to help you navigate through your emotions, right? It doesn't have to be a business guide. It could be a guide for trauma or mental health, because our mental health and our physical health are way more important a lot of the times than our financial health. When we get healthy on the inside, then we can go and align ourselves with better stuff on the outside, right? We'll call more things to us. Okay. I'm like, where did I stick my book that has my list? Underneath my cards. All righty. So I know I have 2 names on the list thus far. And if anyone else wants a card, just let me know. But I believe that thus far I have Joanne and Alexandria. And if anyone else, like I said, wants a card, just let me know and I will put you on the list. Okay. And if there's a huge benefit to meditation, Meditation is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, right? And you can pair meditation by getting clear in your mind, right? So we need to practice stillness, and meditation allows us to understand that we actually are the thinker of the thoughts, and we can control the thoughts that are in our head, and stillness is okay. And when we connect we do, so free card, just one free card pull. I do that now, and I'll be on until about 10 o'clock doing the free card pulls. Okay. So, but there's a huge benefit to meditation. It allows us to get connected with our higher spirit. It allows us to, and if you tie your, meditation, you can tie it with listening to binaural beats and frequencies, like healing frequencies. If you listen to 528 hertz, that's the frequency of love, and it spreads love through all of your cells. So Sparkles, I'll put you down as Sparkles if you'd like, but if you give me your name, I'll write you down with your name. Yeah, I actually believe so much in the ancient practices that I hired a Sharma to help teach me, about the chakras and mudras and mantras and yoga and, the benefit of all of those. Hi, Susie. Perfect. Okay, so Joanne, did you have a specific area that you'd like to ask a question in, or just a general? And same thing with Alexandria, if you're still there, love. What did you want your question regarding? Okay, and then Susie, you're on the list as well. Oh, Joanne, this one's just yelling. We grabbed it. There was a part of me that was thinking that it was the second card, but it's the first. We grabbed it, so that is where it is. No, ghosts aren't spirits aren't necessarily negative, right? Like if there's a spirit, you're open to hear what you need to hear. Perfect. Okay, and I better put Susie on. I did not write you down, and I better. And Maggie. All right, perfect. Joanne, business. The card that I pulled for you is Tick Tock. Tickety Tock. All right, let's see what number 30 Tick Tock has to say about that. Yeah, some spirits can be negative energy. Spirit is the same as, as us without our bodies, right? And as there are a multitude of humans with both negative and positive energy, there's the same within spirits, right? And Linda, I will put you down on the car on, and also Nagad. Okay. So business, my love. So the essential meaning is timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. And for the prosperity message around business, your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest card. Highest good. Sorry, I read Alex's message card. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. So there was a thought that I had about this card. About highest. Good morning, beautiful. I'll put you on the list for sure. So Krista and Alex on the list. Perfect. Lovely. With that vibration, like high vibration or like being in that high vibrational state of mind. So I have a ton of stuff going on, right? And it's not, to be honest, people think, they look at you on Facebook and they're like, oh, like maybe she's got this amazing life. Or, you see your friends on Facebook, and I'll put you down as well, Michelle. You see your friends on Facebook they look like they have the perfect life, right? Because nobody's sharing their crap. Nobody's sharing the bullshit that occurs in their life. No one's showing, when things don't go well. So I had, so this is my phone. That's how broken it is. And I've been hobbling along with this. My new, I'm not in a position where, I can just drop the money to replace a phone because I'm just starting up my company, right? I'm just starting up a business. So I need all the money coming in. I don't need a whole bunch of money going out. And if money's going out, I'd rather it go out in a mentor or in, a new tool. Maybe I would love to buy another crystal, right? Or another deck of oracle cards that I think that would be beneficial. I don't want to be spending it on that, but I've had a lot of technological difficulties lately, right? I've went through a lot of different stuff, and I'm really at that. This is the month, like I have got to be making money, not spending out money. But I could sit there and be in that mindset of woe is me, or even in the mindset of like, why does all this stuff keep happening to me? Or why am I struggling with that? Or why, why did that happen to me? Or, oh my God, I always have bad. You can say all of these things and say, that's the negative mindset. That's that low vibration, right? If I go back into a high vibration, it's like, what was this potentially giving me? Well, it gave me stillness and peace, right? I've been doing this gain challenge where for the first half hour in the morning, you don't touch your phone. In the last hour of night, you don't touch your phone. So my phone broke. Now I can't be playing. I can't be wasting time on my phone. So my phone screen breaking and the delay and them sending the replacement actually gave me peace. It gave me time and it gave me freedom, right? So I was able to do the practice of the gain challenge that I implemented. It also allowed me to focus more on my work, like on actually doing the work and not wasting time on the phone doing silly things. Now, has it impacted me in other ways that maybe weren't so great? Sure, because I can't go live on Instagram at the same time that I'm going live on TikTok and Facebook because I'm missing that additional device. Right. So, but the vibrational thoughts is what is the better way that you can look at this? How can you frame it and look at it in the best way? So that's kind of the message from that. Like, stay in those high vibrational thoughts, believe whatever you want, that whatever you're hoping that comes to you, just believe it. Have faith in that and hold nothing but that faith that is coming to you, and it's going to come to you when it comes to you. And being in a joyful state of mind is a higher vibration than being in a sad state of mind, right? If we're worrying, if we're obsessively worrying, we're going to bring more things to us to worry about, right? If we are obsessively in a positive state of mind of gratitude, we're going to bring more things of gratitude, more things to be grateful for. So that's what the vibrational thing is. And trust me, I took a knee when I went through all these things, kept breaking, and I kept having all these difficulties and challenges thrown at me. And I'm like, I'm just trying really hard to get my business going. Please don't put hurdles in front of me, because that's what they were. But I took a moment and I gave a whole bunch of love to myself. I gave myself the freedom to express whatever emotions I was feeling about it. And then I flipped the script and I went into, okay, what is this trying to teach me? What are the lessons that I can take from this? And how can I pivot on this information and reframe it in a more positive way for me? So I know I'm going to be okay. I know that I'm going to be a success. I know that everything's going to turn out right. So I just started focusing back on and having faith. There, Joanne. You're welcome. All right, Alexandria. Alexandria. Oh, this dude's popping his head out. Alexandria, breathe in protection. Good morning, gorgeous. Thank you. For sure, I'll put you on the list, Jess. Oh, and I have to, Billy Ann. Billy Ann gets on there as well. Make sure we get your name on here. All right, so this is for Alexandria, and then after Alexandria is Susie. So Susie, you want to let me know what question you want to ask about, then I will tailor the message towards that. So breathe is number 29, which is interesting because we just had card 30. So keeping them just in link. So for you, Alexandria, the protection message of breathe is inertia, laziness, and apathy are signs of not slowing down, but of decay and lifelessness. Wake up and do something to shake this off. Go outside for some air. A walk in nature will remind you that all of life is ensouled and magical. Get some exercise. Move out of your head and into your body and breathe in deeply. Each breath is precious. So the typical meaning is patience in all things. It's just like not rushing around, and slow down and breathe and acknowledge like the stuff that's going on in this specific area, right? But the card's saying, you know, like if you slow down too much, right? Like there's a stop and breathe, but there has to be like that active motion that's still occurring within it, right? We don't want to basically lie down and call it a day. Right, you want to pause, breathe, you know, recapture yourself, you know, make sure that you're in alignment with yourself, but not to become stagnant. So, but I do always suggest go for a walk in nature. I love it. The other day I went out and I communed with a tree. I have a beautiful, huge oak tree on the edge of the property here, which like the edge of the yard. So I just went over and I just sat there hanging out with the tree, chatting with him, and sharing love with the plant life, and just telling it how beautiful it was, because he's huge tree, and I just think it's beautiful. So yeah, giving lots of love and energy to the tree. And thank you, Linda. I love that. All right, Susie, let's see about your financial situation. Oh no, this dude right here. So I pulled soulmates, number 41 in protection. Okay, so let's see, Susie. 41. And after Susie is Maggie. Maggie, if you can let me know what area you're looking for. And then after Maggie is Linda. Okay. So the essential meaning of this card is harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, and a relationship fostering personal growth. But when it's in protection mode, what it's saying is an important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well-being enter into this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is not, why did she or he do this to me? But rather, what is the gift in this? Look into the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. So is there some situation like that, Susie, that's going on in your life right now, that you're having like a little bit of somebody in your life who's creating a lot of struggles in a relationship? That seems to be triggering, like a relationship that seems to be triggering you a lot, to use that word, but you know, where you feel like maybe a little unstable within the relationship. A lot of times when we're in our relationships that, you know, create those struggles for us to teach, they turn it like the harshest. You're shifting family dynamics. Amazing. So those things, they're causing you to heal. And when you heal, like when you're healed and you're in alignment with your true self, that's when things are just gonna, like, all that stuff is gonna come to you, right? Like you just become open for abundance. When we shift our limiting belief system and we heal ourselves and step authentically into ourselves, that's when life just opens up, right? Things have a crazy way of happening, right? An amazing way of happening. So Linda, my love. No, Maggie first. And Maggie was just any message. All right. Hi, Loki. Nice. Awesome. Well, if you need any help, reach out. I have a couple of cool programs that I do to help with healing trauma. I have a sacred journey oracle package where we would meet in a video session every other week. And it's a 3-month package. We meet every other week, and I consult the cards to ask what is it that we should be focused on for healing, and then intuit the message to you as well. And I share my trauma healing. It could be a mindset shift. It could be looking at, you know, the toxic, unhealthy coping patterns that we all get so good at acquiring when we've been traumatized. I teach soothing and resiliency and all kinds of things. So I have like a huge bulk of knowledge that I usually share in my trauma wellness program, which is a program where you get to sit with me 5 days a week in a group program. You get one monthly session with me and you get access to my library of education. So that's my higher end program, but my Oracle Journey my Oracle Journey package is a really great package that incorporates the Oracle cards with parts of my trauma wellness program to navigate you through your trauma in a gentle way that ignites your self-love. So that's the package that I have going on now. So Maggie, the card that I pulled for you is a change in the wind. So let's see what number 12 has to show us. Yeah, if you're a business owner, you have to be sharing information about your business all the time, right? You have to be plugging yourself because nobody's going to run around. You typically don't have people going around and going, hey, you should go see Tanya. You have to be the one saying, hey, you should come see me, right? All right. So Maggie, a change in the wind. The essential meaning is a sense that an unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message: it is human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So there might be some stuff that's going to come in that's really going to just change your entire life. That's really going to throw things all over the place, right? But out of that, just you're going to be really focusing on, or you should be focusing on, what the message is from what's coming up in your life. What can you learn from this? How can you grow? How can you evolve? What does it reveal about yourself? So that you're just more in alignment with who you truly are, and just have faith that the reason why all of this is happening is because, like with that whole scattering seeds, what seeds are going to get scattered for you and what's going to grow from those seeds, right? So it's not necessarily a bad card. It's just that, there's going to be a little bit of chaos, but life is beautiful chaos, right? It is beautiful chaos. All right, Linda. I'm going to pull a card for you, and I will pull a card. I was looking to see, and I'm like, maybe open to hearing whatever you need. Perfect. You're welcome, Maggie. Well, Linda, same card that I pulled. Same card that I pulled earlier. And then again, in the protection phase. So I'm going to flip him around. Good old soulmates, right? So there's someone, and I think that we know who that was. I mean, and it's possible that there's someone else that's come into your life that will also open you wide open, or there's somebody that already existed in your life that maybe the relationship dynamics have shifted. And I'm speaking to Linda because Linda and I work together, and I know Linda. So I know that some of the stories and some of the people, but this person here, there could be a new person, or it could be one that just happened, right? With that, someone coming to open you up to even more healing. Right? That an important relationship brings you to your knees. This could have already happened, and then you're in the process of you learning, look at those questions, right? Like maybe look at asking those questions of yourself right now is, what did he, what is the gift in what he did, right? Look into the mirror, you will only be changed for the better. So what is the gift in what happened in your experience with that person? Right? Not why did they do that to you, right? Why did he do that to you? Just what is the gift in this? What can I learn from this? Okay. So that might help you. Okay. And Rajesh, I think that's not fair to say of you. One, I would never identify as I am ugly. That's we never want to talk to ourselves that negatively, right? Being single is okay. You get to pay attention to the number one person that you should have in your life, which is yourself, right? So make sure that in here is healthy, in here is healthy, right? Your environment is healthy, right? Work on making sure that you're the person that you want to attract. So if you want somebody who's got, their shit together, get your shit together. If you want somebody who's, active and healthy and, those things, then be active and healthy. If you want somebody who's got their financial stuff together, then work on your financial stuff, right? That's the whole concept of that. But we should never be mean to ourselves and say things like I hate myself, or I'm lazy, or I'm ugly. Those I am is a very powerful, powerful statement, more powerful than we give it credit to. So you want to be saying things like, I am the divine expression of love. At least that's better than saying I'm ugly, right? Maybe then who's to say that, right? Anyone, there's so many different people, so many varieties. And, society's built this whole, like, we should be caring about this. And we get so caught up in what this looks like that we don't worry about what this looks like or what this looks like. How is this, right? How does this look? How is this in the world? Is this a good space, right? Make sure that's a good space before you worry about what this is, right? Beautiful. I love that. Exactly. We'll make a beautiful, safe space within your environment, right? Make a beautiful, safe space. Now, okay. So good message there, and a little interruption in my little chitty chat with but after that we have Nagad. Nagad, are you still there? If you are, just let me know what you would like your question revolving around. And if not, Nagad, Krista, are you still there, love? I hope I said your name right. Perfect. Is there a specific area that you would like to, and anger is okay. Anger can show us in areas where we've been mistreated, and sometimes even by ourselves. You're welcome, love. School. Okay. So look at the prosperity message or general. We'll see what card comes up for you, Nagad. Okay. I'm just going to keep focusing on you. Just fan these puppies out. Thinker and protection. Okay. So let's see what number 44, the thinker. Perfect. Thank you. I try. I like to, names are important to me. I have one of those names that people consistently, as easy as it is for me to say Tanya, most people call me Tanya. And, it's just their mind is believing that Tanya is the way to say it because they maybe had a friend named Tanya, but it's consistently mispronounced. So I try really hard with other people to make sure that their names are pronounced correctly. So thinker, strategy, being analytical and logical. But because it's in protection mode, the message from this is you may be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. So we do get wrapped up in our minds, or we try to and sometimes we get into that worry, right? The worry mindset where we just constantly going over the potential worst case scenarios that could happen coming forward, right? We do that a lot. Why didn't this person speak to me? And then you just why? Or, how am I going to make this happen? How am I going to get there? How, right? Or, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Right? We get caught up in all of those. Hello, Knighton Lawler. Can you go to Australia in the future? I can put you down on the list for a question. Applauser, 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 Apple user. Now I'm laughing at that because I actually looked at your name, Apple user, and I saw French. In my mind, I was just like, applauser, applauser, not realizing until I said it a few times that it's actually Apple user. So we can all laugh. Oh, I delight myself. Okay. So Nagad, did that make sense to you? Right? Being in that analysis paralysis of like where you're really stuck in your head, you're stuck in your thoughts, like going over and over and over again in your thoughts. That's hilarious. I thought you were French. I was making it fancy. But does that make sense to you, Nagad, that you're stuck in your head, you're stuck in your thoughts, you're having, yeah. So meditate, exercise, right? Those were the other things, and do creativity, like stuff that are creative. And that will open up your mind to receiving more messages of creativity. And it may even be, let's say you're like stuck in that, why didn't he call me? Why hasn't he talked to me? Why isn't he, just as an example. But if we get caught in that, like, why doesn't he talk to me? Why is he not speaking to me? What did I do wrong? Why? Right? And then we meditate and exercise and do something creative. And then all of a sudden it turns on, it like your brain flips on and it's like, it doesn't matter why. I don't want somebody that wouldn't contact me. I have better standards than that. And I deserve to be treated better. And if he isn't going to treat me better, then I don't need that in my life. And I'm okay with him walking away. Right. So that's kind of that aha moment that gets, or we could be like, I don't know what to do to make money. I don't know how to make more money, but I need to make more money. And we get stressed out about that. I need money. And then when you step back and you pause and you have that meditative moment, sometimes something clear could come to you and be like, oh, wait a second. I have that thing that I've been saving and I could actually sell that to get a quick burst of cash. Or maybe I could look into like doing something online or, I never, this is the type of role that I would do well in. Or, hey, all of a sudden, boom, there's a job advertisement, right? So that's what the clarity is that comes from those moments. Okay. You can ask a question. User BV up 228 BMM. You can ask a question. Anybody can ask a question. Okay. All right. So Krista, my love. Krista's going to get a wonderful card that's going to have a lot of positivity. That's going to be a great message. That's going to tell her that, it's going to be all good things. Krista, all good things. I can have you on the list, Apple user. We're actually doing pretty good with our list today. And I'll put you down as Apple user. And I'll also, user, the other user, yeah. What's your name though? Juicy? Geisy? Not sure if I'm spelling that correct. And Ali, all right, or Ollie, Ali or Ollie. You really want direction? I would love to have a wonderful message, but please give me some direction. Fair enough. All right, let's see what we can get for Krista. Not that card. That card just wanted to be put back in the deck differently. All right, Krista. And I can't stay on too late today. I do have an appointment at 10:30, or no, actually I have to check. But anyway, I've got time. All right. You know what, Krista? We're going to take that card. All right. Never ending story. She's got a message for you. Don't you worry. Italian. It's nice. And you should write it phonetically, like how it would be pronounced if just regardless, just so I can see how far off I was from pronouncing it correctly the first time. Okay, Krista. Number 10, never ending story. So 10 also would be broken down to a 1, which would also speak of beginnings, right? Like of starts, new beginnings, that kind of thing. So think about that with the 10 as well. So unfinished symphony, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, and the need to make amends. Like juicy. I was going to say it like juicy. I was going to say it like juicy. That's funny. But then I was like, am I just wanting to say it like that because, I'm so happy. That's awesome. Juicy. So, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, and the need to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. Now, in business matters, make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. That could be a very big message right there. I'm really bad at like starting another new thing. So that would be a really big message for me. However, perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. So there you go. Whatever you're working on, complete it. Finish all that stuff. That's your direction, Krista. Finish the things you've started before you move on to something new. Because whatever you're doing right now, if you finish that, that will lead you to prosperity. It really will. All right, Alex, love. Are you still there? And if not, Alex, I have Madeline and then Michelle. Okay, so you're welcome, love. We'll have a call at some point soon. Yeah. Okay, so is Alex there? And yay. Well, it depends on how many people are still here, right? Because they have to stay. So if they haven't, hi, Alex, perfect. I was going to say it's one, but I couldn't remember what came after one. I was having a hard time picturing it. One voice. Okay, and I love that. One voice. We are all connected. We are oneness, right? We are all connected. Okay, Alex, I will pull a card for you. And then after Alex is Madeline, and after Madeline is Michelle. Okay, so if we can get you ladies ready and see if you're still here. And if not, then I'll move on to the next one, which would be hello. So the card that I pulled for you is number 40. Co-create in protection mode. So let's see. Hi, Michelle. Awesome. House of Manes. I love it. I love it. Is it like hair manes? Like this kind of manes? House of Manes? Or is it like for horses? Hi, Megan. Maybe Megan? Hair extensions? Nice. I don't need them. I don't think I need them anyway. Okay, so number 40, co-create in the protection mode for you, Alex. Okay, so the protection message. You are trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of spirit. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering with writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide on your first step. So you just avoid doing anything. Oh, that paralysis, right? Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration, because inspired means in spirit, right? Being in communication with spirit or in alignment with spirit, right? So, to Two minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. So there's really a strong message there to, either meditate, pray, get out in nature, like go for a walk within nature, because that's where God is, right? That's where spirit shows up, is within all the beauty of the world, right? And we can go and access that, commune with the trees, walk barefoot on the grass and connect to Mother Earth and meditate and pray on it. But stop thinking that you have to be the one to come up with it all, right? Access what's up there. Ask for guidance, and guidance will come to you. So that's what this is about. You'll get inspired again, Alex, and things will start to change by it's cold here. Okay, don't walk around barefoot. I wouldn't. I mean, I went outside in my sock feet yesterday. Like, I'm in Ontario and it is December 5th. So birthday eve, just remembering that. Tomorrow will be my birthday. Is my birthday. I'll be doing a card reading from 9 to 10 on my birthday. Same thing. We're not taking the day off for the birthday. I would if I was working a corporate job though, which is weird. But working for myself, I won't. But we don't have any snow on the ground. It's just cold, right? Woke up this morning, there was frost. So it'd be cold walking around on the grass. Oh, I can put you on the list. We're down there fairly decent on the list, but I didn't get anything from Madeline, so I'm going to move on to Michelle. This will be Michelle's card. And then I have Jess, Billy Ann, Apple User, Juicy, Ollie, and then I had near Ottawa. I am up and around Northumberland County, so Cobourg. I don't know if you know where Rice Lake is. Oh, snowing here. Brr. Where are you at, One Voice? All right, where are you at that you're getting snow? So this is for Michelle, okay? Oh, beautiful though. Nice. Welcome. I love the Netherlands. But cold, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I need to get for my house, for inside my house, I want to get a grounding mat. Hello from Winnipeg. You might have snow in Winnipeg too. So the card that I pulled for you, Michelle, is 21. 12. Change in the wind in protection mode. So after this card is Jess on there, and I know what Jess is asking for, so that'll be good. I can look into that in a moment, okay? So 12, a change in the wind for Michelle, but in protection mode. So let's see what our protection message is, okay? There are conditions brewing in your life that you have no control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable and is for the best, for the higher good. Even if this storm blows away the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You will have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. Good morning, Amanda. Happy Monday to you. So the message for that, when this is in protection mode, right? That's like one of those things where, you could end up losing your job, but losing that job frees you up to actually leave it. Like it was toxic and you shouldn't have stayed with it, but you did anyway, right? So now you need to leave. Or it's like a relationship that's been toxic and unhealthy and you've been wanting to leave it, but this is the time where it's going to push you out, because you can't have a healthy relationship if you inside of the unhealthy relationship. It's not the relationship for you. So when we let go of those things that aren't working for us, we open ourselves up to receive things that will work for us and that are aligned with us and our highest good. So that's kind of the things can be all like and you think, oh my God, like, please just make it end. But meanwhile, when it ends, everything's going to be just fine. Okay. So now we have Jess and Amanda. Jess. And then after Jess is, if Billy Ann is still on there, just let me know, okay? You're welcome, love. Okay, so Jess, this card is for you. And the next person I'm looking for is Billy Ann. And then after Billy Ann, Apple User. Okay, so if you guys are still on, let me know what the question or the area that you want the questions. And if not, we'll move on down the list, and that gets you to other people quicker, right? The deck that I'm using is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So I have quite a few of Colette Baron-Reid's. I have quite a few of Rebecca Campbell's. I have 3 of hers, 3 or 4 of Colette Baron-Reid's. And then other ones for sure. But this one's just the one that I've been really getting familiar with this like right now. And I like that it has, I like the messages that are within it. Okay, Jess. It's Jess. And for those of you on TikTok, tap the screen for the likes, please. I'd appreciate that. That'd be really handy. So for Jess, the card that I pulled for you is Treasure Island. So let's see what the relationship message is for Treasure Island, number 9. 9 is a wonderful number. Do you know why 9 is a wonderful number? Like when you look into numbers, and so math is like, it's just something that exists in the environment. I give you kind attitude. I do. I am a kind person. I very much am a kind person. So when I did this whole, like the 369. So if you look at Tesla, Nikola, and the 369, right? If you take and you double all the numbers, so 1 double becomes 2, 2 double becomes 4, 4 double becomes 8, 8 double becomes 16. Well, when you get to 16, if you take 6 and 1 and you add them together to bring it back down to a single digit, it becomes 7. Right? 16 doubled is 32. 32 brought down to a single digit is 5, right? 32 doubled is 64. 64 brought down to a single digit is 1. You can go through this pattern as much as you want, and you will never find a 3, a 6, or a 9. But in time, it's 24 hours. 2, 4 equals 6. 60 minutes, 6 and 0, 6. 60 hours, right? Like it's everything in time is brought down to, and then when you look at circumferences of 180 degrees of a circle, 9, right? So circles and time and math and space and frequency and all of those things with the universe, that's where you find 3, 6, 9. But in math, that's where you find 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, right? Those numbers repeating. But the 3, 6, 9 won't show up in those numbers, which is really cool. So 9 only shows up in certain spots, like and everything to do with 9 becomes 9, right? 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. It's just 9 becomes 9 all over again. So 9 is a really powerful number. And did I even read the message from number 9, or just got into talking about? Okay. Let's go back to 9, and I'll read you your actual message now, Jess. So your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So a really good message there for you, Jess. A really good message. So yeah, I like that message. So yeah, beautiful message. Hi, Erica. How are you? Nice. Okay, so after Jess we were looking for Billy Ann. I haven't heard from Billy Ann. How about Apple User? And if no Apple User, we can go Juicy. And I'll talk to you later, Krista. Love you. Nice. Hi, Apple User. Oh, sometimes we do get in that. Maybe give it some time, discover a little bit more, and look at what stuff is picking at you, like what stuff is is irritating you, or that, you know, you're kind of like, I don't know if this is the type of the person that I want, or the attributes that I want. Think about what they're showing you about you, right? Like sometimes when we meet people that are highly judgmental, right, and it really grinds our gears, is because we actually are judgmental ourselves. So it's just it's irritating us to see somebody else be that way, but it's because it's something that we need to fix in ours, right? So a prosperity message. Okay, Apple user, our French, our lovely French, appelouse. That'll be the highlight of my Monday, is that I thought Apple user was French. Still wanted to call it. Oh my God, I love it. Appelouse. Wait till I tell my nieces at dinner tomorrow night. Okay. Time to go in protection, number 42. Okay. So 45, sorry, number 45. So you could look up again the number 9. We had 9 and now 9. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Sometimes the flags and the stuff that comes up right away are indicators, right? And we miss them early on. We are like, oh, there's a flag, right? Oh, you know, like my flag for my one relationship was like, I think we're just over a year in, and I found that he was talking sexually to another girl, and he passed it off as him and a colleague had, and this girl, that it was a joke to see who could embarrass her or who could make her blush more, right? So it was a competition apparently between these two guys to say these things to her, right? Well, that was a huge flag that I didn't think I ignored, but I sure as heck didn't deal with or didn't look at it. But you know what? I enjoyed that journey, because that journey really did turn me into made me heal and evolve and grow more than any other relationship ever did. And sometimes our biggest mistakes end up having the biggest reward for us personally, because we do the biggest amount of healing through that. Okay, Apple user. Number 45. And in protection mode. Okay. I pull cards based on whatever question that you have to give you clarity. And that clarity could be around a relationship, business, or just general. Just ask the question and I'll pull a card and we'll see what we can't intuit from the message as it relates to whatever question you're asking. So for Apple user, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it does not have the map to your destiny. Your soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. So if you're being very stuck in your head in that negative mindset, right? It's just like I was saying earlier. If you worry will bring more worry, right? More things for you to worry on. If you're grateful and you focus on gratitude, as long as you keep focusing on gratitude, you're going to create more gratitude in your life, more things to be grateful for. So I don't know if you're focusing on a negative end, but don't. This could be just like something's popped up. Figure out what the lesson is that you need to learn from whatever's popping up. Or if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity, right? Like a big opportunity came up, right? And I love that, Erica. Absolutely. I can't number the number of times I can go back in my life and say, I got fired from a job and it was devastating, because I'm not somebody who, I'm not a bad employee. I'm not like one of those, people that has a history of bad employment where I've been terminated numerous times. I was in this management position. It was going well. And this one girl came up and told the management team lies about me, and the management team decided to believe this new person for some reason, and they ended up terminating me. And it was really, really hard blow to the ego that I got terminated. But out of that, I went on to end up in the director of nursing position, helping to manage a long-term care facility and hospital as part of the senior management team. It was a huge job, a huge role, and it, totally changed my life. But that felt like a big mistake or felt like a big loss, but it ended up being the best thing that could have happened to me. So, okay, now we have Juicy. Is Juicy still there? Aww. I'll send you a big hug. I got mad skills, man. Mad skills. I got the best hugs. Best hugs. I get told all the time. I got the best hugs. Big old mom hugs. So I'll give you a big hug. And then I'll try to pull a card for you shortly here. 10-10, folks. 10-10. What would that be for? What is the angel sign of 10-10? I can't remember. My mind's not. Yeah, so I didn't go online to check your business, if that was what you mean. But the message for you, right? That yeah, you can definitely. So in the morning, I do free card pulls, typically from 9 until 10. As you can tell, I just said it's 10-10, which means I'm at least 10 minutes over now. So that message, that time to go on your business, that was the message. That was the message, the in protection mode. So saying that something's come up, right? So even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. So do you feel like there's like a loss that's happened within your company, right? Or do you feel like it's hit a brick wall? It's just that, or did you feel like you missed a opportunity? And the other thing I was going to let you know, Erica, I also do a paid card reading. It's a 5-card spread, which, is you and me in a video session, and I give you lots of guidance. That's $45 for that. Canadian. And I also have a sacred oracle journey package, a sacred journey oracle package, which is a 3-month package where you meet with me bi-weekly. And then on the opposite week, I pull a card and share a message with you. But on the other weeks, we meet in a video session where I do a oracle card reading for you that is geared around what is it that you need to be working on for your healing journey right now, and what message from spirit is the spirit's giving you. And then I give you that in combination with my trauma wellness skills. So the fact, I give you resiliency, or I'll do inner child healing, or I will do give you soothing skills or whatnot, work through unhealthy coping habits, that kind of thing. I am talking about you, Juicy. You'll be next. So anyway, Apple user, if you were in that experience where you feel like stuff is lost, or that you feel like you passed an opportunity that you somehow feel bad about having missed out on that opportunity is going to come back up again. It's not all is lost, right? Destiny is in charge here. And it's just saying, like, that ego self that's worried and scared, it doesn't have the overall picture of your destiny, right? That ego is stuck in the present moment. So just have faith and understand that it's going to come around again, and it's going to be okay, right? It's going to be okay. So that's what the message was from that card. Okay, Juicy. What did you want clarity around? Okay, user BVUP228BMM. Juicy. Thank you. These are my lives Monday to Friday. I'm on live doing this. I talk about all kinds of things: spirituality, metaphysics, trauma, healing. Just want to know if you're going in the right direction. Perfect. Fork in the road in protection. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. So you're on the where everything's pushing down onto you, and then you'll get to a spot where you just start to suddenly appreciate who you are and love yourself and put yourself first and put all that love into you. You're hitting a really big part in a healing journey. Like if everything seems to be out of alignment with you, then that's when you have to align with yourself to move forward. So fork in the road is number 13. And it's in protection message. So let's see what the protection message is for number 13. Okay. So the protection message. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to subtle refusal to take responsibility, right? And it's one of those things where no response is still a response, right? Let's say you were talking to somebody on the phone, like texting with some person, and they just stopped texting you, right? They, at a certain point, that's telling you that they don't want to talk to you, right? They have the ability to communicate, they can, right? So that's that kind of message, right? Just that sometimes an answer is an answer. If somebody's not interested in connecting with you, then that's your answer. They're not interested in connecting with you, right? They haven't made you a priority in their life, as an example. So don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. So we tend to know, right? We tend to know in our heart of hearts whether or not the situation is good. We hesitate because that's that fear part of us, that thinks we're not going to be able to have that again, right? That we're going to step out of this relationship. That's why a lot of people, they don't leave relationships until they've already got somebody on deck, right? Like there's a lot of people that will wait until they've met somebody that sparks their interest, that makes them feel alive and loved and valuable. And then they'll be like, okay, now I've got the strength to leave that because I know there's something else there. Right? But we don't take that leap of faith in ourselves, knowing that something will always be there. Something's always going to come to us. There will be another relationship. There will be another job. There will be another career. And we know that because we've possibly had relationships and jobs and careers before that we've transitioned through, right? Whether they've ended it for us or we've walked away from it, right? But we know the decisions to make. It's just choosing to make that decision and just taking that leap of faith. There's very little time when you will know with 100% certainty that you're making the right decision, right? My ex and I, we had a lot of wonderful, wonderful moments in our relationship. I like to call relationships like ours an 80-20. 80% of it was great. 80% of it, we were connected. 80% of it, we were in alignment. It was beautiful, right? But 20% of it, it wasn't in alignment. It was actually toxic. Like it was really unhealthy. And we had these cycles and patterns that we kept going through because of that. So when I looked at it, initially I had my victim mindset because I'd experienced so much traumas in my life. I was a victim. I was made to be a victim by many, many, many people in my life. But I'm not a victim, and I have the ability to choose. So but I was sitting there going, okay, this relationship, that relationship, why am I always getting guys that are emotionally unavailable? Or why do I get guys that cheat on me? Or why do I get guys that make me feel like I'm not good enough? Why do I keep getting these types of guys? And all of a sudden I had this eureka aha moment where it was like, the common denominator in all of these relationships is me. So what in me is attracting that to me? What in me is making me seek out these types of guys? What in me is making me stay with these type of guys, right? So I had to sit and look at it and go, well, it was my own sense of worth and value that I have. I, in my mind, was not good enough. I, in my mind, was someone that was going to get abandoned over and over and over again. So I had to work on my childhood traumas so that I understood that, that lack of self-worth that I had, and also the abandonment and attachment issues that I acquired, that they were impacting my relationships, and that I needed to heal that. And once you heal that, then you change, and then you can align with those people that are like you, right? That's a process for sure. And I can help guide you through that. But, for me, it was honestly a lot of it, you become your best friend, you become your parent, right? So how does a parent love a child? How do you show a child in a healthy way that you love them, right? You're kind and compassionate. If you make a mistake, you don't beat them up, right? You guide them and direct them, right? If you're your best friend, your best friend will remind you to go and have fun, but your best friend will also, a true best friend, will call you out on your shit, right? Just like a parent will discipline you. So you need those two parts in your life, right? You need that parent that's going to tell you, you need to go to work, you need to do your laundry, you need to clean your house, you need to pay your bills, and, you need to do all of these things. And this is how you soothe, right? Teach yourself how to soothe. And then you have that best friend that's there and going, but this is how you have fun, right? And this is how you have integrity. Like, your best friend helps you to do that as well. Yeah. And we do, right? And sometimes, like, you think about that, if you're growing and evolving and you're doing your best to become the best you that there is, and let's say your growth track, you're growing at like 10% a year, right? That's how much growth gain you've got. I'm working on my fitness, I'm working on my health, I'm working on my whatever, right? I'm working on all these things, and you're growing, and they're not doing anything. They're not enlightening themselves. They're not exercising. They're not eating right. They're not concerned with changing anything about themselves. They're cool with just where they are. How long, if they're staying and you're growing, are you like way, way, way different people? You're way different people, right? Even if they're growing at 2% and you're growing at 10%, like, that's going to drastically change where you guys end up, right? So you have to think about that too. They have to have that same output. And it's not about just like abandoning everybody, right? I don't know your inner relationship. Only you know the truth. And that's what this is saying. You know the truth. We all do. We all know the truth in our heart of hearts about what is good for us and what is not good for us. We stop, society doesn't want us being aware of our intuition, right? Or relying on our intuition, right? If we get really in tune with our intuition, we feel the vibrations, we feel the energy that people bring to us. And we know that when that energy is toxic or unhealthy, right? And we just need to make the decision to walk away from that when it is. Okay. We have to put ourselves first. And whatever's meant for you will always be for you. So let's say in that relationship, you determine to leave it because right now it's not the relationship that you want. It's not the relationship that's beneficial to you. Eventually, that person could go and heal. You could do your healing, and 3, 6 months, a year later, they could come back to you and being a totally different person and more in alignment with who you are. And you've done your healing and they've done their healing and come back together. So it's not a concrete end. Hi, Paulina. Nice to see you. Lovely to meet you. So I have Ali. Is Ali or Ollie? Not sure which pronunciation of that. Ollie or Ali is there. And if not, then Erica. Finally got to you, all the ramblings, right? That's why my lives take so long. It's because I'm always imparting wisdom or guidance around trauma and healing and stuff like that. So you're welcome. Connect with me if you want more. $45 is, Canadian. So I'm not sure how that would work out in transfer, but thank you. I like rambling. I like doing the ramblings too. I find it's so if you do human design, in human design, my type or, like my profile is a 4/6, which is the term for a 4/6 is the wise sage. So I go through life, trial and error, accumulating all of my wisdom, and then I impart it to everybody else. That's what my role is of learning. Okay. Well, I didn't see Ollie come up and ask a question, so I am going, or didn't see Ollie show up, so we're going to go right to Erica. Erica, this one here's yelling at me. Buy the book, number 11. Okay. So buy the book, number 11, Erica. And I think you were just looking for just general, like whatever message came up, not a specific area. But if you did want relationship or prosperity or work or anything like that, let me know. And this is my last card because then I have class. So I cannot continue after this. I forgot I have my class today. For some reason, I thought I had a meeting booked that had changed the meeting time, but it was actually education. They didn't change their time at all. So I'm going to read this card and then I'll be off for the day. So number 11, but I'm back tomorrow, 9 to 10. Okay. 9 to 10, Monday to Friday, free card pulls. And as you can see, it's almost 10:30. So I clearly go over on these things. So you could get a card pulled for free. But if you want a reading, I do paid readings. They're $45. I also have a Sacred Journey Oracle package, which is a 3-month package where we work on your trauma in combination with the Oracle cards. That you connect with me for that. And I also have my trauma wellness program, which is a 6-month program that you can connect with me for that if you're interested in healing trauma and recovering your mental health. So for you, Erica, the law of attraction brings dreams into fruition. Oh, sorry, wrong card. I was reading number 9 again. So apparently number 9 is high on the brain today. By the book is your card. So abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The universe works within a structure of defined laws and principles that provide a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. At this time, learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So a really good message about going by the book, okay? So getting along with others in a relationship entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to do. Conform to the way you want to do them. Yeah, so don't make people do things the way that you want them done. That's what that was saying. Your connection will deepen as a result, right? When we try to control things, we can oftentimes cause an enormous amount of friction. And prosperity, at this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're called to, will come to you if you're willing to go by the book. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Your creative projects and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know works, and you will attract abundance. So there you go. So those are all the messages for today. I'll be back 9 to 10 a.m. tomorrow with initially the collective reading, and then we'll jump into our individual card pulls for free. On the at other times, I will be live on TikTok, but there'll be a gift exchange for a reading. And also, like I said before, I do paid readings, $45 for a 5-card spread with some intuitive guidance, and it takes about 45 minutes. And then I also have that Sacred Journey Oracle package where we work on your trauma or mental health with guidance from the Oracle cards, and also my trauma wellness program. So if you're interested in delving deep into your trauma and you want to really work on all aspects of it, the trauma wellness program would be the way to go for that. But if you want any information about anything that I do, you can connect with me either through message, or I'm all over social media, either through Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self. No numbers, just Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy. No 4, 2, nothing. Just Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy. And also Tanya Baldwin. Some you'll see Tanya Baldwin RN, but I am taking the RN off of the name because I'm not working in that capacity at this time. I'm working in my company. So anyway, those are different ways in which I can work with, or we could work together. But if you're curious, you can always just get on a call with me and we can figure out how, or if we should even work together, because maybe we're not the right to navigate your journey. But love you. Hi, Karma. I'm just heading off, but I can see you guys all tomorrow. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Bye, guys. The end button and the end now, and then hit the end button. Bye. Love you. I hope that message was relevant for you, Erica. But just go by the book. Okay. Don't try to control the situation. Just follow the laws and recognize there's other laws than just, family or cultural, but they're all the universal, the big laws, like the law of abundance, the law of manifestation, things like that. Okay. But I love you, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys.